We're back at it today with Cass Nichols. You can check him out at Speed Wrench Customs on YouTube and on Instagram. And he and Robert Whitley have a really cool go-kart track here, and we've been working on getting some more content on the channel. So Cass invited me on down to take some video of them running their go-karts. They've been purchasing and fixing up a lot of karts lately, and they got them in good running condition. So we decided to have a track day as they test and tuned all three of their go-karts.
That was fun. Now, with what we got, because I think the belts get too hot after 3 laps.
Yeah, we just need a little more
We
horsepower.
need a little HPs, but I think we need a little tougher belts. We need to go find like some of those.
We can get some better belts, but
Armor belted, Teflon belted belts.
my favorite one's the black one. I just have a good feel for this one.
I like the red one. I think it's.
Well, these two are pretty evenly matched. I just need to get that carburetor situated.
I know what he's feeling, that vibration. I can feel
felt
it too.
It's just because the seats not as.
I think
padded.
because the engine sits on a block of wood and it's not hard mounted. It kind of has a little vibration.
We didn't mount it on a block of wood. But with the sprocket that's on this one,
it is
maintains. We don't ask questions. We just do. You want to turn off the fuel?
I did.
Oh, okay. Here, pop the
Little screws off.
Don't worry about the screws that might not be in there straight. And it's the wrong thread, so I just sent it. But we're putting the old carburetor back on, so we go. Yeah. How to change a carburetor on a Tecumseh. By the way, they're out of business because they suck.
There's nobody to sue you on this one, Robert.
Yeah, sue me, Tecumseh.
I'm a 12mm wrench.
Yeah, it's not 12, but it's close enough.
Galloping horse. It's 11 and a half.
Alright, what I can do is just, let's try this first. I'm more confident in putting this jet in this carburetor. That's the issue. This is a fixed jet, and this is an adjustable jet, and I don't know what the adjustment needs to be, so we're going to take new carburetor. We'll put the fixed jet
in it.
Putting the fixed jet in it, that's what's wrong, it's the jetting. And see this one on this style?
Sure.
This is the pilot jet.
Yeah.
It's the actual bolt. So adjusting this is your fuel air ratio, but I don't think that we ran it both ways. It just wasn't doing anything. So we're running the jet that we know works on the new carburetor. So worth a shot.
Are the bores the same size?
Yeah. Yeah. These things are
Sure about that?
standard.
Oh,
They're standard. The difference
That's
is
why we don't have any nice stuff.
the differences are in the jetting on these.
All right.
So,
We need to change the points and condenser while you're there.
do you have a set of points?
Flux capacitor. Blinker fluid. Firewall gaskets. Check, and check.
All right. So these work. We don't have to cross thread these.
Make sure you're taking a driver that we can install them with. We did assemble 3 go-karts this week.
And you said it took you how long?
Last night was about 4 hours, and the whole week, I think we've got less than 8 hours total in it, but
In all three?
yeah. Well, one of them, all we had to do was just add gas.
Those are the best kind.
Well, the guy's like, oh, there's something wrong with the carburetor, and he was like,
That would be
something wrong with the carburetor, you need a, whatever he was saying. And so we got back to my house, and we went and just pulled the cord, and it fired right up, but the gas smelled like older than old. And so I was just like, well, let's just go and put fresh gas in it. And then Robert pulled the carburetor apart Monday night, got it all cleaned up. And so we're cutting laps, and it was cool, but then we're like, this is boring, because one guy's driving around, the other guy's sitting on his duff, or he's riding the blue 4-wheeler and scaring the hell out of himself. So then that's why we went and got the red go-kart, and that was the one we had all the time in, because originally I had like a bike engine on it, or like a little 4-wheeler engine, like 125cc or a 90 or something like that. It's already like a transmission that you could go in reverse with, so we could cut all that crap off. I mean, that's all for the birds. I mean, that's safety stuff. But then what we did is we installed a brake caliper, like a hydraulic brake caliper, brake master, and put all that stuff on there. So the brakes work really good on the red one. The red one's comfortable, and today we got the proper seat for it from the guy that we bought the green one from. So it was good.
Is that the latest one you picked up this morning?
Mm-hmm. The green one.
Yep.
That a little bit more.
Well,
it's
right
probably
there.
a little out still. Go ahead.
we're gonna run this belt for a little bit, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
do that.
take some stuff
See
apart.
what happens. That's way better than what it was. What is that off of this?
That's a new belt, but I'm gonna have to let it cool off. We're gonna probably take the main clutch off to replace it.
Well, then let's just run that one out, or is it just out of line?
A lot. That
I
is
know,
harder
I'm trying
to.
give it an inside.
It's gonna give it a little bit of a.
Look at that right hand turn here.
Times are
Right
chunky.
there-ish. Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Right there.
Without tape measure, it looks like it's probably about right.
We're not that accurate on
Yeah.
this deal.
So much for the cooler.
Chunky.
Where did you get tiny water bottles?
The tiny water bottle store?
I was gonna say that.
Damn it. Stole your thunder. This isn't the speed wrench.
What are you doing?
Crescent wrench. I'm gonna loop.
Oh no!
Where's the speed wrench?
Speed wrench. Drinks.
Oh, through the seat?
Yeah. No, over the bar. This was torqued to
What's the torque?
Spec.
88
Yeah,
Ugga
this is
Dugga.
torque. We can assure you.
88 mini Ugga Dugga.
The clutch is probably hotter than the exhaust. Yeah, we're not changing that right now because I'm going to have to hold the engine, which I have to do from the smoldering. I'm okay, I just tried going and put it under the tree. Lindsay probably wants one.
I'm good, thanks.
I just make a pile of a water pile right next to the tool pile. Steering right, yeah. This one. A little slow out of the hole, but
fighting it severely.
yeah, it's a little slow out of the hole, but it's
The one I'm just, joint owner on.
once you put shock bushes on the front of this thing, it won't make noise. Oh, you used to do it when it returns the tires just doing that. There's no shock bushes in the front. It was way worse whenever we put the rears on, put those new.
Any longer here?
Yeah, but I can give you more.
All right, well I'm gonna have to go get. Yeah, let me see what I can do. I need to go get a screwdriver and everything. Or it just sucked into the deal.
I think that's what it did.
I'm gonna have to go get some parts or tools. We're gonna shift the belt. We need to shim the belt more towards the engine in the front. Problem is, clutch is a little hot right now. Like a lot hot. Like really hotter than Africa hot.
Let me try that.
Aha. Intense. All right. Wish we had like a rag, or something that insulates heat.
Take my shirt off, but all the ladies would be running over here.
I'm sure this bolt's a little warm.
Catch a peek. You want a glove?
Nope. Ow. Here,
Yeah.
I'm just adding effects. It's hot, I can assure you. Just because the camera doesn't pick up the sizzling, I mean it's not hot.
Yep. Rub some dirt on it. It'll mix with the blood.
Oh great, poison ivy, even better. Perfect. Ow. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. It's getting hot. It's hotter. It got to the oxygen.
Blow on it.
All right. A paid sponsor for. We're not. This is not paid review of Nipix tools. Nipix for saving the day.
Tell Lindsay he's got competition in town now.
Who, Mako guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
Oh my god.
It's seen it over the fat fuel.
Sure, there's a weight limit.
Yeah, I'm sure there is when I'm exceeding it.
You ever seen a brass bushing melt before?
What about this guy right here?
Whoa, was I kidding?
No. Is this the washer you wanted to delete? The one that's catching the grass on fire? Ha! God!
Stop touching it!
Jesus Christ, you don't have to do it again. Just to make sure. Hey, if you wanted to start, hey, we're smoking the bear out. We need him so we don't start a forest fire right now.
Just in case you didn't believe the first 10 times.
Well, I gotta line it up with the key here.
Yeah, good luck with that. It's like 3 million degrees. Did you put the new belt on yet?
No, not yet. All right. Son of a biscuit! Look at that, his thumbs changed colors already. Holy hell!
That's gonna ruin your sex life and video game playing.
Yeah, I'm screwed tonight. It's Saturday night too. What am I gonna do?
Ah! Oh wait, right now. Captain Sumi, permission to come aboard.
Seriously, my hands will never financially recover from
Permission to
this.
come aboard. You're not clear for flyby.
Oh, we have water. I could have cooled some of this stuff down, but
Yeah, it could
Heat
have.
treated it. The last time I watched Forged in Fire, the heat quench would have been improper.
oh, like I can only.
It become brittle.
Well, this finger turned gray.
Son of a bitch. Here, hand me the
The other hot piece.
the other pliers. No, the other pliers.
What do y'all do to this? You try to
Those
get
are not
both
pliers.
I thought we had some vice grips down here.
of them? Oh, hey,
Cast exceeds the.
I thought I smelled that.
I like that. I like the fact that this is a tool channel. Hand me the pliers. Here comes your adjustable wrench.
It's a speed wrench.
And a hammer's an Alabama socket.
Should have drove your truck.
You gotta
We're gonna-
find some cells.
We're gonna live action these tools on go-karts. If they work on go-karts, they will work at whatever shop you work at.
My mechanical hands here.
Are your hands in metric or straight?
I like to do tool work. Oh! How you like them apples?
Success. And now comes Chewbacca.
It's like operation, but it's always stinging you.
I'm holding the plate on, dummy.
Can you hold it on any other way?
Do we have a stick?
Well, you're covering the hole.
Give me a stick. I need something to press against.
There you go.
Oven mitt.
A burned up belt. Perfect.
It's hot as well. Get your bolt, Nancy Pelosi.
Oh God.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no! What'd you do?
Here, I'm gonna start the threads and then we'll key it up. How about that? Will this belt make it more than 2 laps?
Probably not. I don't know. It made it pretty far away.
Now we know why they sell belts in a 6-pack for $20.
Sorry, I'm cussing on your channel.
That's all right.
That's what the
I hate.
A, it's
disrupt
gonna be
the
so
black-
far into the video, no one's gonna care. B, we can bleep anything out.
beat bloops.
The gobbledygooks.
Is Christian riding the fat person go-kart?
Yeah.
Too bad it doesn't have any power.
I think the belt slips on it too.
It's brand new.
Well, so is this one.
I didn't like the way this one went on to begin with.
All right. Well, you're like overpowering the nippers there.
It's good. I need to pull the.
Oh yeah, it's back. I'm just gonna dilute like 50 pounds.
what it is, Cass, I think?
What?
We're gonna take this brass bushing completely off. Is this brass bushing the belt sits on? And see how worn down the edge is? Because the deal is this is narrower than the belt.
But it doesn't need that bushing to
I'm gonna
slip.
take it off.
It doesn't need that bushing to slip.
What are we gonna do? Ruin another belt?
Yeah.
Let's just give it a shot. I have a good feeling about it.
All right, letters
How
are
do you-
facing towards the engine. Oh, yeah, like that.
And it's loose now. See, before it was tight even
All right.
there. So worth a shot, that's all.
If it lasts the rest of the time they're running, then if Lindsay can get a hot lap on the big cart, he'll be happy.
Lindsay's hopping straight on this one.
Yeah.
Finish strong.
Or don't come at all. This is what happens when you don't take care of your rubber. Bad joke time?
It's always a good time for a bad joke.
Hey, remember how long it took us to do this earlier and how much we were complaining?
Look
Yeah,
how
but-
good you are at it now.
It's 3 million degrees.
No, it's still just as hot. I just
You toughened up.
yeah. I applied some burn cream.
Some Vagisil.
Christian's keeping up with the old Daniel there.
All right, there, Lindsay.
Take the challenge.
Yeah, leave me hanging. There you go. All right, hop in. Get your belt on.
Christian, my cart died. Yeah, why is the switch turned off?
The belt should fit perfect.
We'll see if the belt's any better now.
No, I'm talking about the seat belt, not the driving belt.
We'll see which one breaks first.
Any last thoughts, Lindsay, before you leave? Use a tool, don't be one. Get some good. It's always a good thought.
Do you have one?
All right, onward.
Let's burn some fuel.
Onward through the fog. He's being nice.
He's already reeling him in, so.
You said it right there. So the first thing that Robert and I we did, so we went and got the go-kart, and we had to build brakes, engine mount, what else? Get the chain up.
Run throttle cable. Yeah, make a brake caliper. Well, they didn't have a brake caliper, it had a brake disc, so we had to make a brake caliper bracket. We had to mount a master cylinder. We had to run a brake line from the master cylinder to said brake caliper, and make engine mounts. Yeah.
So when the cable, we're taking a cable that doesn't go. It's like a shifting cable, or what's the cable for?
For the throttle?
Yeah.
Well, the deal is just the way that the throttle cable looked at before. It was kind of proprietary, so it was kind of hard to track the proper one down. So we made one work.
We made one work.
Yeah, just
the cable's not the problem. It's the idiots riding it.
Yes.
But
the biggest problem with that cart is this guy, which
CVT. I think that we have it going up backwards.
Well, actually, I just did some Amazon review reading.
And this is the worst belt to get?
Yeah, this belt is only made to support up to 50 cc's. We're dealing with 212 cc's, but we did find a heavy-duty belt that's got much better reviews, and it's 3 times the price, which, if it means 3 times the quality, we'll at least get 4 laps out of it.
I mean, like, basically, we're built for race right now.
Yeah, we're about built for race. And then
the black go-kart, pretty much Robert just went and shook some magic pixie dust over the carburetor, and
yeah, I was having some issues. Just when we bought that cart, I cleaned the carburetor. I bought the wrong rebuild kit because I was impatient. I wanted to have a kit whenever we went to pick up the four-wheeler or the go-kart. So I just ordered a kit, ended up being the wrong kit. I was able to use like one part out of it, basically the bowl gasket, and that carburetor made it, almost a week without a problem. Then like we were running, it just started dumping fuel out of it and flooded the engine out. So I had ordered another carburetor a few days ago. It's also wrong. And actually, I don't know that it's wrong. It's just $20 Amazon carburetor you have to pay for. So the issue with that one is it's jetted wrong for this engine size apparently. So I actually just took the jet out of the OEM carburetor and put it into the new carburetor. Bingo bango, that one's running pretty good. That one overall has been the most reliable. We've put the least amount of work into it, but technically we paid the most for it.
Yeah, so the first car we bought was the black one, and we bought it last Sunday. It was $400 for that one.
But we only got the cart, but it's all assembled.
Yeah.
And it still needs some work. Needs a seat, needs a better brake. It's got a band brake on it now. It kind of hangs
I guess
up.
we have $410 in there because I have a $10 stadium chair in there for the racing seat.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty comfortable though. You know,
yeah,
it's better than sitting on a piece of metal.
Well, then the big cart, where's it at right now anyway? I don't even see it.
It's over there by the trees.
Oh yeah, big cart. We slapped an engine on it. The good deal on that one was we paid $600, but we got 3 brand new engines with it. And those engines are about $250 a piece. So that alone was worth it. We got an extra seat with it that we ended up putting in the red cart. Anyway, it just, as far as what we bought, I think it was good. And considering that we built 2 carts in probably a total of 6 hours, to have just a few minor issues, we're doing pretty good. So I think we add some power to these things, get better belts, a little better stuff on them, fix the brakes, and we can hopefully run a little more competitively, have a lot more fun out here. So
the Freedom 15
laps, and if they don't break, we win. We're not racing each other, we're racing the quality of our work.
Man versus machine.
Because if you look at the track, we've got this loose dirt that we've kicked out on the outside of the turns, and if you get into that dirt, you don't need brakes. You're going, I mean, it almost shoves you backwards.
It's like on a parachute.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. But if you stay on the packed part of the track, the problem there is just you have no traction, and you just kind of slide all around. So we got some track improvements to make. We ran the black cart when we first got it. It just rained, so it's just enough to kind of pack the dirt. And I think the go-kart was faster that day on the track because it held traction all the way through the track.
Yeah.
And right now, if you just stay in the throttle the whole time, it just kind of breaks traction going into the turns and exiting. But we also got some rocks. We have like a lot of elevation change, and since the suspension on it's a little stiff, it's a solid track.
It's not a real dirt track. It's an earth track.
Yeah, it's an earth track.
It's an earth track.
Just happens to be dirt involved.
And rocks and tree branches and everything else.
But all in all, we've done pretty darn good today. Yeah, I mean, when we were looking for carts, we've been looking for a while actually. We just got lucky to find all these in this short time period. I mean, people are asking $600 more for a cart that may or may not even run. So the fact that we got 3 carts and extra parts totaling right around $1,500-1,600, we're doing.
Yeah, I forgot about the brake stuff.
We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not too bad. And we still have 2 extra engines right now. 3 extra engines right now ready to run. So we're doing pretty good. What'd you think, Lindsay?
It was a good time. It was
You got to hop on a car. How long has it been since you've been on a go-kart?
Oh,
You
I think the last time I was on a go-kart was maybe 14 years old.
14 years old.
If I
So
remember
we're not going to say how many
So-
years ago that was.
That was about 5 years ago.
Oh, you know.
5 years ago.
Oh, the kindness.
Uh,
No.
So-
That was 24, 34, 44, 37 years ago.
So-
it's telling you how old he is.
So is it fair to say that you're fairly unexperienced on dirt, on anything other than a
Earth.
car?
Yeah, because the last time I
Or-
was on a go-kart, it was
a
on,
long time
on
ago.
an asphalt track.
So, but to hop on it, you know, I saw the first couple laps you were real conservative with it, but then as you got into it a little, you know, you definitely picked it up quick. You think this is something where anyone can kind of just hop in and go as long as they have a brain on their head?
brain optional,
Brain optional
but
even.
encouraged.
So the only requirement's breathing oxygen and having all 4 limbs.
Even then, you don't need
At
a left
least-
leg because they're not
No, you
using the
don't
brake
have
much.
to have a left leg. You really
So-
don't have to have a left or right arm. Just one of the 2, preferably.
What if you had a right leg and a left arm?
Heck, a right leg and a left hook. I mean, it'd be good enough, you know? We can, Peggy the pirate out here, and it'll be just fine. Well, he can hook one of the holes in the steering wheel and...
Gar! Gar, I'm making tracks, matey, around the course.
So I think this will be a good opportunity. You know, we get some friends out here that haven't really run. You know, Daniel here, he hadn't really run a go-kart a whole bunch, and you know, his IQ is about as much horsepower as we're running, so and he did pretty good.
All I know is he's gonna need a toothbrush and toothpaste the next time because his whole mouth is full of dirt.
He didn't bring a helmet or sunglasses or any kind of eye protection to a dirt race. So
Didn't hurt him none.
back to the IQ and horsepower ratio. But he did pretty good. You know, we're still running into some tuning stuff on the carts. We got some work to do. The track needs some work. The go-karts need more power for sure. I think that'll be a lot more fun. But
I think the track we need to. I think what I'm gonna do is when I'm off, I'm gonna bring in some dirt, like a couple loads of dirt, and try to bank it a little bit, and then pack it down. Like
yeah,
just water it, layer, water it, layer, water it, layer, and then pack it down with the skid steer while it's.
and it's gonna need constant maintenance because as we're running it, it's gonna. But the nice about banking is that the whole thing about banking is it's supposed to even the weight of the tires into the track. Because if you look at the track right now, the right rear tire is just digging, and over time it's making it bank the wrong way. So if we go and we bank it properly, you want your pressure per tire to be even on the ground. And that gives you the most traction. You can enter the turns faster, and hopefully eat out the track. But it's going to take constant maintenance. Once we get the track where we want it, we're going to have to do repair days constantly.
Yeah, because to your point, when I was first going out there, it took a few laps to understand how things are behaving.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can absolutely feel how the track's changing
As you're
lap
going.
after lap.
Yeah.
Because you're washing that loose dirt over toward the
and
high
you're
side
finding
of the
the
track.
hill country rock, and then
Oh yeah.
and like I said, being that we're running, it's not like independent rear suspension. When you get the left rear tire up on a big
not.
rock, you lose all your traction. You start hopping, and then you're fighting to put the power down. But
The other thing is the experience plays like you know when y'all are out here and I'm running laps around y'all. It's so much fun because y'all are like being real conservative, sitting in there. I'm like, I'm
Send
going. Yeah, you know, like,
But
I know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing.
another
I'm hooking left and I'm not lifting.
But then again, back to what Lindsay was saying about the track conditions and them changing is, you know, you can say you're a circle track guy all you want, and you can come out here and try to race, and I still think that, you know, the deal is you have to get used to the track that we're racing on. There's no, you know, you can sit here and tell me like, oh, you need to run this line with your track design. Well, the problem with that line is there's a boulder in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So
And there's a tree on exit.
and in 3 laps, you know, the boulder's gonna get bigger because all the dirt's gonna wash out around it. So it's an adaptive thing, but a lot of fun.
It's
I mean,
fun. Right now for us, I mean, this is a start for us. I don't know where it's gonna go, but we wanted to do something fun where we could go, and go-karts are an affordable way to race. Like
Yeah.
you can go and you can get into a go-kart for, you know, not next to nothing, but you know, you can get into a couple good go-karts for that. And we're super fortunate that we have like this little place over here to do this at, and somebody that's willing to let us do it. You know, because a lot of people don't want their yard torn up like this, and you know,
luckily,
Robert's dad is like, oh hell, I want to join y'all. You know, like,
yeah.
where's my cart? You're like, all right, we got you a cart.
Another thing, you know, Lindsay, we talked about this earlier, is that when you're observing that the carts don't look like they're moving real fast. When you're in them, it's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
It feels like you're really moving. You're pushing the limits of the track. If they were much faster than they are now, you'd just be getting sideways all over the place. You know,
It'd be fun too.
It'd be fun too, and that's kind of what we're gonna end up doing. So, anyway.
Well, yeah, because if you had, say, different track conditions, you could absolutely run these cars faster the way they're built.
Yeah. I mean, that day that it was a little wet out here, it wasn't muddy. It was just enough to pack the dirt, and it was wet, and it rained for enough days. You know, kind of a little bit each day that it was wet several inches down. It wasn't like, you know, kind of what I thought was going to happen is we'd run a few laps and just run all that wet dirt off the track.
Dry line right in the
but
middle
it
of the
didn't.
track.
It was scary because we ran the four-wheelers on it, and we've only run the four-wheelers on this track when it's dry, and it's a lot of fun because they're just sideways the entire track. But it was
really
scary.
fast.
We were almost flipping the four-wheelers when it was wet that day because they just, you know, they
That's
made
why. That's
traction.
the other reason why we transitioned to go-karts. Go-karts aren't as fast. Like, but the four-wheelers got, like the player says, better suspension. But on the entry to what we're gonna call turn 3, you're going 45 miles an hour, almost 50. You know, and so you're heating the brakes up really hot, and you're sliding it off through that turn. And when you exit 4 back on the straightaway closest to the road, the four-wheeler gets real upset. Like the suspension's real upset. So you're like, you know, like on the kart. You know, when you exit on the go-kart.
Luckily, the go-kart, you just stay in it and ride it out.
Yeah, the four-wheeler's kind of hard to because there's a tree right there. You gotta pedal for the tree, but
yeah, I think we have some little improvements to make, but all in all, for the first shakedown,
yeah, for test and tune day number 1,
we need some CVT belts and some engine kits, which will be that'll be a lot of fun building these engines, taking them back off and tearing them down and going through them. And they're 6.5 horse, and we're gunning for 10 to 12 range, which will be considerable. So.
And we need to get, I think on the camo cart, we need to get a single seat for that and turn it to a center steer, because I think the seats need to all be supportive.
Yeah, you slide around on that one a lot.
Yeah, the black one too. I think the black one needs a better seat.
But it's fun.
The stadium chair.
Sketchiness of it is a fun aspect.
I mean, this is like total, you know, redneck, you know, racing here.
It's the best kind.
It's the best.
Yeah, I
kind,
mean,
that's right.
I don't know, it's fun. I had a good time. Did you have a good time today?
That was a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let me ask you this: now that you're increasing your collection here, and you've got some goals in mind, and it's also a good way to encourage guys to race on the cheap. What level of mechanical expertise does your average go-kart rider need, do you think, to make a go of it?
I think almost none.
Yeah.
Almost none. With the way the internet is now, the go-karts are a fairly popular thing. I mean, there's other channels that we can talk about that, you know,
You can tie your shoes or zip your pants up. I think you could probably work.
Yeah,
on a
I mean,
go-kart.
there's several YouTube channels out there that do this, and they you know, will tell you, you know, better setups to run. And you know, the reason why we're running the Predator is, you know, for any automotive guys, it's kind of like the LS engine of go-karting. It's cheap to get, parts are cheap to get. You can make as much power as you want. I mean, you can take these little engines from 3,000 RPM to 10,000 RPM if you got wallets to do so. But you don't really need a lot of knowledge, I don't think. And even driving experience, you just get it. I mean, this is how you get it.
The good thing with having all the carts is we get to control the performance of them.
Yeah.
So like our goal is to make every cart the same. That way when you invite people over, it's not the cart that won or lost the race. You know, it's the person driving it. I'm not saying we're the best drivers either. Just
No, by no means. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, but I will say this, that we went and pretty much set these go-karts up on full tilt. Like they're tuned to the best that these carts can do right now.
And they're not bad.
And they're all real similar. You know, the red one has an advantage over all of them when it's not burning belts up. But other than that,
yeah, it's got the smaller. It's got the smaller sprocket, and I think it gives it just more of a faster.
Yeah. No, I think this would be good for anyone to get into. Anyone that's got like a little section of property that they don't really care if it's, you know, a little dirty or dirty.
I think the dirt portion makes it more fun. I think if it was on asphalt, it wouldn't be as fun.
So
you'd have to like bumpers all the way around it, because it'd just be bumper cars. All it would be.
Yeah.
There's no like air. I mean, at least on dirt, if you miss the turn a little bit on dirt, you are screwed. I mean, you're fighting to catch back up to the guy that just passed you.
Yeah.
You know, that happened earlier with Robert whenever he went to pass his dad and he hit the cush. It was like throwing a parachute. I mean, he hit it and the cloud came out in front of him and he was going nowhere.
But this track, whenever I was a kid, we used to run down here, but all that had grown over and it was all just grass. So how we got the track to where it is right now was just running on it. It only took like 1 day of riding on it with the four-wheelers and stuff, and we had the track what it is now just by running on it. We have not put a skid steer on it. We haven't done anything to the track. So anyone can really do it, you know, and really the hill country, you're at a disadvantage with all the rocks. If you're in, you know, different part of anywhere where there's not rocks all over the place, I think you'd have a lot better
I think it makes it fun, though.
So, oh yeah, it adds some variables. But anyway, yeah, I'm psyched.
So what are the future plans then? Because you're mentioning gearing up for stuff on Labor Day.
We are gonna have a Labor Day race. I don't know how many carts we're gonna have by then. Right now we're at addiction status, so at least the 3 carts we're gonna have. I would say probably by Labor Day we'll probably have a 4th one.
Yeah.
Not including Christians. Power wise, I don't know. We're gonna look for reliability first before we go and add a bunch of stupid power.
But another thing is, Cass and I have done a lot of cars, a lot of, you know, restoration stuff, a lot of hot rod stuff, and the reason why we like the go-kart stuff, it's a lot more affordable. I'm not gonna say it's more fun, it's a different kind of fun. And a lot of it's, you know, the budget related stuff, but we're not dirt car guys, we're asphalt car guys. So to move over to dirt, it's like a whole nother experience, and I think it's been pretty fun, and I think that we'll try to get some more people out here. Hopefully they'll have just as much fun as we are, and we'll just keep learning from it and moving forward with these go-karts, and maybe find some other places to run them.
Yeah, I'd like to possibly, maybe we can inspire people to build other tracks. Like I know there's a couple of YouTube channels right now that have their own dirt tracks, and their dirt tracks are way nicer than ours.
Yeah, it'd be really nice to have right-hand turns as well. Sorry, you NASCAR fanboys, but you know these things will turn right and left.
Just do a
I
figure
don't know
eight.
why you're like hating on NASCAR.
I love NASCAR,
Yeah.
but you know I'm not opposed to right turns. That's all I'm saying.
Follow the road track.
Yeah, we're gonna go road course. We're gonna build mini Coda out here.
Road course, off-road.
But yeah, I mean, like the nice thing with this is you're limited by your skills. I mean, budget of course limits a little bit, but you can go get a cart for a couple $100, buy an engine for a couple $100. I mean, you can have a cart running for under $1,000, you know, and find a place to run it and get out and have fun. And we specifically bought carts that adults would fit in. They're a little harder to find, but you know, just because you're an adult doesn't mean you can't hop in a cart. That's part of the fun. It's just climbing into this thing you barely fit in and banging your head around on the roll cage. And if you notice, we were all wearing helmets. You know, we safety first on that. You know,
You've got a legitimate YouTube fan base on my channel.
Oh my God, I'm like a character on a video game that just got unlocked.
No, you love them. I've gotten
You're
nothing but great feedback. Every time you're in one of the videos, they are #1, the most popular ones on the channel.
I don't know about that.
You want to look at the statistics?
But I'll take the thanks and the likes on that one, by the way. Yeah, it was a good time. I was glad you came out. It was good to get another set of eyes on it to make sure that, you know, what we were doing was like, it looked good.
And it's fun. It's different.
Yeah.
It's a good way to spend the day. It's good, wholesome fun.
I just tell you, I got tired of doing the same thing over and over. That's why I quit posting videos. It was like the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And I didn't want to post what I did at work because there's nothing fun about that. Now, some people will look at it like, oh, yeah, that'd be great to see you wrenching videos. Yeah, but
I think that's the same thing that a lot of YouTubers come up against is you have to strike this balance between the content that is popular, but you don't want to overdo it. Because I noticed a trend is when we introduce a new format in the channel, it's more popular than usual, and then over time that popularity drops off, right? So then you got to introduce something else, and you got to change it up, do a different format, keep the same subject because it's why people are interested in the channel. But if you change it up a little bit, put it forward in a different way, in a different format with different people or whatever, then it gives something new and interesting to watch. This is still related to what the channel content is, so it's not like we're betraying what we do, but people really enjoy seeing you, and they love hearing you talk. They like you a lot. Your videos are the most popular ones on the channel, and it was a great opportunity for us to do another collaboration. Change it up a little bit.
I had a good time. Going forward, I think on my channel, or our channel, I would say my channel, I like to be possessive of it, Robert's part of it too. I want to change it up. We're not going to do the same thing all the time, but the go-kart racing is going to be part of it, at least while the weather's great. We have a wintertime project coming up that's going to blow your socks off.
And we'll do our best
Literally.
to capture that project on video too, because that'll be a lot of fun. And as new and different things come along, we'll be sure to keep offering it up to you. Please continue to give us your feedback on everything, because your comments are really important, because it helps me create the content that you want to see. So in the future, we've got all kinds of cool videos coming up, including some new formats on unboxing new products, and some of our regular tool haul videos, and of course our flyer drop segments. So do me a favor, click down here now to subscribe so that you don't miss any of it. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, use a tool, don't be one. Imagine the music.